every month or so, there is a new report on how Marvel Studios is bringing back Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Well, the latest report is claiming that the way they're going to handle it is the exact way they are handling the return of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. So the most popular theory among people ever since the ending of Avengers Endgame and them announcing the multiverse saga has been that time travel will be used to bring back Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man and replace/retcon the ending of Avengers Endgame. Marvel Studios has repeatedly said they're not going to go back and ruin that moment because it doesn't make sense. And of course, ever since the introduction of the variant concept in the MCU, most people have just assumed that when we get Iron Man back, he will in fact be a variant. And by all accounts, and you guys remember this probably very vividly, Robert Downey Jr. was not going to return as Iron Man recently. Instead, it was set to be Tom Cruise as the superior Iron Man, but they pulled back on that because they wanted to bring back Robert Downey Jr. Well, again, now we're hearing from multiple people and reports that the intention is to bring him back in at least one, if not two, multiverse films, so probably Avengers 5 and 6, aka Secret Wars, and have him be a variant from another universe that's just a slight permutation/variation of Avengers Endgame and the MCU. Meaning that you're probably looking at a version where he survived and maybe somebody else sacrificed themselves. Who knows who? Maybe Thor, maybe Captain America, I don't know. But Iron Man would be the one that shows up as a survivor of that universe. So you would sort of have your cake and eat it too, right? It's like, hey, look, he survived Endgame, right? But we're not doing time travel. We're not undoing that. Instead, he's just a variant. And this is honestly the one that makes the most sense to me. It's what we've been saying on the podcast since the announcement of the multiverse saga. Like, this is the way you bring him back. You don't undo anything, but you add context to it. And also, it's the actor back in that role. Like, you don't lose anything. And I know that for a fact because the Wolverine we saw in X3 is not the same one from any of the other films. Literally. Because there's like 3 to 4 timelines in the Foxverse. So nobody's going to be turned off by it, you know? It's like, oh, he's back, a familiar face. Yeah, it's cool, it's a variant, but still, Robert Downey Jr., here's our money, take our money, we want the ticket. Like, it makes the most amount of sense, and I am all up for this because it makes sense. And it's the only thing that can happen. So I trust these reports because they gotta be right, because he will be back and he's gonna be a variant. We can all see it. Ray Charles can see that.